Okay, so I definitely already posted something today, but I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to be doing this because usually I'm on YouTube all day, every day. What do they got for me today? Okay, I got a video about keeping on, holding on, and I got this video saying God's got this for you, and what you're waiting for, you're right there, and it's the same things every day. But I'm not knocking I'm not knocking those videos because they keep me motivated. They definitely do. But for the most part, that's the only thing it's doing. No one really knows who, what, when, where, or why. Like, they're talking to hundreds of other people, thousands of other people, millions of other people. How do they know my situation from anything else? So I feel like I'm pushed by God. Make your own content. At this point, I'm trying to, I get bored. I'm not doing much, and I go to YouTube. YouTube is my main social media, but I'm going to different information. I'm listening to things about aliens. I'm listening to things about walking with Christ, being the light. There's the type of things that I'm there looking at, some paranormal stuff, because I'm very curious and I love to hear other people's stories and theories about certain things. But it's time to make my own. Why am I giving everybody else this satisfaction of view when I can get my own? And at this point, I'm not even pressed for it. Like, other people, they want to make sure they tell you, oh, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like. I don't care if y'all like this stuff or not. I'm here because I feel like I'm supposed to be. You get what I mean? Like, it's 2025. Things are different, and I'm sure a lot of us can feel that things are different. So at this point, let it be different. It's we can sit here and just scroll. What's out for me? What's gonna stand out for me today? I got on YouTube today is Sunday. This entire weekend I get on YouTube, and it's like the things that I would normally see is like hidden in a sense. The things that would pop up first, I don't see it anymore, and it's like it's there. I'll go on someone's channel and they have something posted recently, but I'm not supposed to be watching it. I'm supposed to be doing what I'm doing right now. So, if anything, why can't I inspire others to do the same thing? I'm just starting out. I posted my first video yesterday, and I feel good about it. Yeah, it's there. People can watch it. Cool. For the most part, I feel like that was God's way of pushing me to make my own content. The same things that I'm listening to other people say is the same things that I could listen to as well. And if anything, if you're hearing what I'm saying right now, you can do it too. It's so simple. Record, upload. See, I don't know how to do all the fancy schmancy stuff just yet, and I guess eventually I'll get to it. But even still, I'm just calling everything for how I see it. It's so much to talk about. It's so much that I have not yet been able to discuss. And sometimes I get on Snapchat and I'll go on rants, but it's a lot of people who aren't interested in what I'm talking about. Some people will slide up. Some people will be like, oh my gosh, I was just talking about this yesterday. And it's like, yes, alignment. But for the most part, yeah, it's other people who aren't woke, who don't see things how I see it, of course they're not going to be interested, and I can't make them. It's not my job. My job is to do what I'm doing now. And if it has to have something to do with my voice, which it does, let it at this point. I work with children every day, and I'm having to tell, oh man, this one child in particular, they were playing Duck Duck Goose, and the one child, he was so upset. Oh, he was literally crying, hurt. And it was like, why are you hurt? Well, I was like, why are you hurt? Why are you crying? Like, what's going on? You were just, playing, having fun. Nobody likes me, and it makes me sad. I don't like it. Nobody ever picks me. Okay. Why? I don't know. It just never picks me, and it just makes me sad. Okay, well, how about this? If no one else likes you, let you like you. And that's what I had to grow into as a child, because I was the weird oddball child. Yes, I had friends, but it was only because I was masking into something or someone or this type of persona that I thought, okay, this is normal. Even still, I'm still sticking out like a sore thumb because I'm going off of what I think other people. I'm watching other people. I'm watching the popular kids, the kids who are mostly accepted. I'm watching them whole time. All I had to do was be myself. So by the time high school came, I was good and masked up, but for the most part, I was still taking routes that other people were not taking. I would dress a certain way. I would have all kinds of colors on. I still do that. To this day, I wear all kinds of colors because what I put on, I feel good in it. And look at the full moon. That's why everybody's acting so off today. But anyway, for a long time, I felt like that boy. So a lot of times he's not the first student I've came across that I had to tell something like that to, I remember this other girl, she was heavy set. They were playing a game. They were playing musical chairs. And this guy, I think he has a crush on her too. He got knocked off the chair by her in a sense. I don't exactly know what happened because I don't want to cheat, so I'm facing the other way when I'm hitting pause. But it was it was like he was upset because he got out. So he's crying. She's just so fat. She's fat. Oh, but you're just so fat. You feel this way because you got knocked off. You're the same size as her, but you're calling her fat because you're upset. So what did that make her? Upset, right? Yes, of course it made her upset. Who wants to hear that they're fat? I was also a fat child. I was chubby, I had the chubby cheeks, the belly. I didn't really wear my clothes up on me. Like I said, I was a weird child. But, whatever, because it's people who really, really adore the fact that I was weird. Oh, man, that's inspiring. Yes, oh my gosh, let's write a book. But, yes, I had to tell her, like, listen, honey, I was fat when I was about your age. I was. And I had to deal with people calling me fat. I didn't like it. But eventually I grew to understand, oh, well, how you think of me and how you perceive me is how you think of it and perceive me. Not how I think and perceive myself. I love myself. I had to grow to learn myself. I didn't know how to, in a sense, because I was too busy trying to fit in keyhole that I didn't even have to try to fit in. I could have just, been just walked around being the unlocked door. However, but yeah, I'm here to inspire. If I don't do anything else, I'm able to inspire. Everybody's gonna remember Miss Major. Everybody loves Miss Major, and I love that they love Miss Major, because Miss Major had to go through so much in her life to feel how she feels today about herself, and that was through God, like finding my inner God. Yes, the God that we worship takes a part, but at the same time, the Bible tells us we exist through God. So what does that make us? And if you're the type of religious that is like, oh no, you're bad, you're going to hell for that, you too. Okay, but it's this how I feel. I was able to find myself by a few terms that I go by. You know what I mean? So I'm not bashing any other religion. I'm not bashing any other way of thinking. Because however anybody thinks is however they think. You know what I mean? So with that being said, yes, I'm here to inspire. I'm supposed to inspire. I've been through a lot. I had to go through. I heard a sermon. I didn't go to church today. And I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like I'm this saint who goes to church every Sunday. No. We're human. And I haven't yet found a church that I would spend a lot of my time at, because a lot of churches nowadays, they just want this. They just want that. They want that. That's it. But anyway, besides that, I was listening to this sermon, and he was basically saying how a fig tree, after 3 years, once it becomes mature, it starts to produce fruit, figs. 12. It starts to produce. You get what I mean? So, with that being said, it was this one plant in particular. Well, this one big tree in particular that it's been 3 years and it still hasn't been producing any figs. So it was kind of like, yeah, let's go ahead and cut it down. But at the same time, they were thinking, it was like, no, add some manure to it. Y'all, if you're from the South, you know what manure does to the plants. It gives it potassium, it gives it this, that, and everything else that it needs. Yeah. But, and after that, it began to flourish, right? So basically, it had to go through, like he said, mess. It had to go through mess in order to grow. Like, God will put certain situations in front of us for it to grow. This is a jacket I made. I'm a designer as well. I may sell it one day, but it keeps me really warm. But yeah, I got off topic. But yes, a lot of time if we sit there and think that life is supposed to be perfect, life is supposed to be this way, that way, it's not. It never is supposed to be what we think it's supposed to be. You get what I mean? So with that being said, we must go through things in life. So that's why God will put certain situations in our lives so that we can learn from it. Because once we learn from it, we're able to grow from it. Just like the fig tree. Yes, he had poo or mess scattered all around him, but it had to go, you get what I mean? In order to produce them figs. I'm not a fan of figs. Fig Newtons turned me completely away from the thought of a fig. Ugh. Y'all know them little cookies. I mean, I'm not saying that it's nasty. It's just not for me. No, it ain't for me. It can be for anybody else, but not for me. No. But yeah, for the most part, that's pretty much what I got to say. You know, it's cold outside. My hands are freezing. But yes, peace.